Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about you don't just get the prize overnight usually. Usually, the big success comes only after, 10 plus, 20 plus years of diligence to approach business very aggressively and with rapid, consistent effort for 20 plus years. That's what made me a multi-millionaire. But if you look at it, it looks like it happened overnight, but that's not true. It took me about 25 years to officially become, I guess, rich, and I'm still not where I want to be. But I just want to bring you guys through my process. I was never expecting much. I was expecting, like, back in the year 1998, 1999, I was expecting to maybe make like $4 million throughout my career. And then to emerge at the age of 30 with well, I'm only 30 and my net worth is over 100 million. Now, how the fuck did that happen? Because I didn't make my first real, like, millions until I was like 28, 29, So pretty much, I just stayed diligent my whole life. Stayed diligent since the age of 3 years old. I just can remember being so young that as soon as I learned how to walk and talk and move around and stuff, I started my first business. And I know this video is not going to get a lot of views because people don't like my business videos because people aren't business people. But this is just my business journey of the story of my career is to sacrifice everything in the name of money, only to really realize what's really important at the end of the day. That's pretty much my story. And, yeah, but that's pretty much it, just diligence over the course of 20 plus years. You look at most billionaires, took them 20 plus years to make their first billion. With very few exceptions. And I'm no exception to that rule. I worked my ass off for 27 years to become the man that I am today and to have the money that I have today. And that hard work and that diligence and that sacrifice, it only made me a better man, so that if I did lose it all, I could just get it all back, you know. Um, so, you know, pretty much, you know, yeah, diligence over the course of 20 to 30 years that's what made me damn near a billionaire. But anyways, I got to get going. I got some stuff that I need to accomplish tonight. So I'll talk to you guys later. This video was inspired by someone that I saw on Facebook, or maybe YouTube, I don't remember, talking about how most billionaires did not just become billionaires overnight. It took them 20 plus years. We look at a lot of the richest people in the world and we think, you know, like, oh, I can't believe it, this fucking guy just was born into adulthood rich, like Bill Gates. You know, we tend to think that he was born into his adulthood a billionaire. But no one knows what went on behind the scenes in his mind, you know, for 20 years leading up to his success. I would predict that there was many agreements and arrangements made for him to be the founder, owner, and CEO of Microsoft. Steve Jobs, you know, as far as I know, he's a lifetime dreamer, a lifetime thinker, and a lifetime businessman. I am a lifetime businessman. I've been a businessman since I could properly speak. My first company when I was 3 years old was a landscaping company, or rather I would cut my neighbor's grass for like, you know, $5, $10, $20, whatever it was. So, yeah, but pretty much, that's it. You know, diligence over the course of your entire life, really. I've been a devoted businessman my entire fucking life. Devoted, you know, been through a lot of shit to earn the title of entrepreneur. Straight out of the gate after high school, at 19 years old, I was able to call myself an entrepreneur. You're not truly an entrepreneur until you are truly an entrepreneur the moment you start a business. I digress. You are an entrepreneur the moment you start working on your business. So I've been an entrepreneur all my life. Even if sometimes the vision became a little bit cloudy, of like, well, what the fuck am I doing here selling dope? You know, what the fuck am I doing here working to get money at this job when entrepreneurship was only a thought in the back of my mind at the age of 16? Entrepreneurship was only a thought in the back of my mind. All my life, I was trying to start a business, and then out of high school, one of the first things I thought about when I was going to college was, maybe it's time to start a business. So that's what I did. And guys, money isn't everything, but it's a major part of life. You know what I'm saying? It's not everything, but it's one of the more major parts of life. And I'm just looking forward to really getting going with the shit. And I'm only 30, but I've added over 100 million into my net worth. Arguably over $1 billion into my net worth. And I just wanted to be the one to say, yes, I am a lifelong entrepreneur. Most billionaires are. Because as you get better at it, your scale of how easy or hard it is changes. You have that thing in the back of your mind that says, if you could achieve something easily or if it's going to be really hard. By the time I was 26, I had a pretty good judgment of myself that becoming super rich was going to be super easy. And so, but it took me 23 years to get to that point. So, mentalism, the aspect of mentalism, where you have this understanding of how easy or hard something is going to be. I think that's what pushes most people away from entrepreneurship. It's because they have this judgment that it's going to be really hard and they don't want to go through the 20-mile journey, the 20-mile hike up the hill. No one wants to do it, but the reward is so great that if you truly want a lot of money, you'll do whatever the fuck it takes, motherfucker. And that's what I'm about. That's what I've always been about, is doing whatever the fuck it takes to become successful in your life.